All right, we are now recording, so I'll be able to edit this part out later. Just wanted to let y'all know we are recording now. So here we go. Welcome to On the Line. I'm Jenny Robb with USTA Alabama, and we are celebrating Tennis Month. And I'm so thrilled to introduce you to Jessica Weyreuter. She is the Executive Director of Dream Court. And we also have one of the fabulous Dream Court volunteers, April Sullivan. And then I'm so excited to also introduce to you Shelby Bryant, who is one of our athletes. Hey, Shelby.
Hey.
So thank you to all three of you for being here today. I'm so excited to talk about all that you're doing for tennis. And we are celebrating you today. That's why we're here.
Okay.
So thank
Thanks
you
for having us.
the time to be here. Yes, thank you. So Jessica, to you first. Just tell us a little bit about Dream Court, just what it is, how you got started, and then we'll talk about the super cool things that are going on right now. But tell us a little bit about how it started.
Okay, so Dream Court is an adaptive tennis program that is for people with physical and intellectual special needs. And we offer a spring season, a summer season, and a fall. When we started 8 years ago, we started with 5 athletes with special needs. Actually, Shelby was one of them.
Right.
Yes, and over the years, we have served over 200 athletes. So there's a lot that happened in between, and we can share that later if you want to.
No, thank you, Jessica. So, April, to you as a volunteer, how did you get involved? How long have you been involved?
Well, I was taking lessons from Jessica right as Dream Courts was sort of becoming her project and idea. And then I had another baby and stepped back from tennis, and Jessica was coaching my 2 older daughters. So throughout the years, I feel like we've always kind of helped in some capacity, but probably in the past 2 or 3 years have been able to really volunteer and donate our time with Jessica. So it's been really awesome, though, seeing what she's done from the beginning to now. It's incredible.
I think it is absolutely incredible, which leads us to you, Shelby. So you have been one of the founding athletes at Dream Court. So tell us a little bit about what you do when you play tennis with Dream Court.
Whenever I started Dream Court, I just like to see everybody on the courts just doing their best on their hittings and practicing, and I just love it because it's just my wonderful type of hitting the racket and hitting the ball so good and helping all the coaches and just helping my athletes just help just paying attention to Jessica and pay attention to all the coaches who helps us, and that's how I love it, because I'm a good athlete.
You are, I can tell, Shelby. Thank you for that. I can tell. And I can tell just by your beautiful smile that you're a pretty big fan of Dream Court too, not just an athlete.
Yeah.
So for all three of you, recently you had the Unified Play Day there in Montgomery. It was at Lagoon O'Connor. Was it
the Lagoon?
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your Unified Play Day this year.
My Unified this year is whenever we did the double hits and stuff and singles. It's just, I love it, and it's just all I care about is just doing my best and I had a good time at the Lagoon Park, and I just love it so much. It's just a good workout.
It is a good workout. Thank you, Shelby. So
you're welcome.
You got to play doubles and singles. Is that right? But mostly doubles for the Unified.
Doubles, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is super fun. I always really enjoy playing doubles too. So April, what was the Unified Play Day like from the volunteers' perspective?
This was my first year getting to play in the Unified tournament. So I've done some of the clinics with Jessica, but this is my first year doing Unified doubles. And really because I've only just gotten, I think, good enough to participate in, in the tournament. So I felt a little anxious, that morning about doing it and doing a good job. And I saw Shelby, we got to stand across from our athletes and she was so excited. It made me so excited. And we just hit it off immediately. I usually help with red ball at clinic. So Shelby and I had never been together before. So that was really fun to play with her. She was excited. And my tennis group that I normally play with, they were all paired up with athletes that Shelby and I would be playing against. And Shelby had some friends out there. So it's nice that we both had people we were familiar with. And we just had the best time. Somebody may have told us that we were the most fun matches. I'm not saying that we got any favoritism, but I think that's probably true.
I believe that. I absolutely believe that. So I didn't realize at first that you two were doubles partners.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. Oh man, that is so cool. That is so
It's just can I say one question?
Of course.
So like whenever I told April, whenever we were doing Unified doubles with our athletes, I just told her that like I see some friends that I know who's on a wheelchair friends I have, and I used to have a friend from the dream court that Jessica knows is Rowdy, and he's been I've been missing him, and he's fixing to be coming back to Auburn, Alabama soon.
Very cool. You know what? I've met Rowdy before.
Yeah.
We both share the same friend. I've met Rowdy.
He's very sweet. I like his YouTube stuff.
That is great. That is great. So Jessica, please share a little bit about how Unified Doubles Play Day came to be, and we can already tell just with April and Shelby what you've already shared and what I've seen in the past, that it just brings community together. I mean, the tennis community is a beautiful community anyway, but when you just bring people that are passionate about playing and they can play together, it's just a beautiful thing. So I'm so excited that I've gotten to meet you two today. Thank you again. But Jessica, if you would just explain a little bit about the Unified Play Day.
Okay, so Unified Play Day really originates from Special Olympics. They promote unified sports in all types of sports. And I had the chance to play unified tennis at the Special Olympic Nationals, and I had the chance to see it at the International Games, and that has just always warmed my heart and wanted me to give the opportunity to the athletes with special needs here in Montgomery, and also tell the community of the River region how fun it can be and how important it is for us to do it. So 7 years ago, we started with our first Unified Play Day, and back then we did it at one of the universities at Alabama State University. And then we grew and we moved to O'Connor, and we grew again, and we're now using the 18 courts at Lagoon Park, and we fill them up every year. We fill the volunteer spots up every year. And we've got memories really from each year. The cool thing is that the athletes can see their friends again, and they can have the opportunity to really play a match, where normally where we practice, we share the courts with other 4 or 5 players. But at Unified, everybody gets a whole court for their team, and so they can really learn where to stand, where to serve, how to score. And the parents can also learn that their athletes, that their kids can do it. And it's also for me, it's very neat to see how the coaches can see how much their coaching has impacted their students. So I'm sorry, I spoke too much now. But
No,
It's okay.
I asked the question. Good answer.
My favorite thing is at the lagoon park that we went to. It's my favorite thing to do because I like to meet all my athletes, meet all my friends that I know that I play with. And when we went to New York, we had a good time there, and we did our best job at tennis there at New York City, and we got to see Roger Federer and Sir William Williams, the ones who was the tennis players.
Oh my goodness, Shelby. Wow. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. So I was wondering if I was going to ask about the US Open trip, but now I definitely. So, how cool is it really, Jessica, that you were able to facilitate such a, once in a lifetime opportunity to take this group of athletes from Montgomery, Alabama, and travel by bus, which I know is not easy, and go all the way to Flushing Meadows up to New York City and be part of the US Open. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So please tell us a little bit more about how that experience is, because Shelby, the way you described it, I mean, I wish I had been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole US Open story was really truly a miracle in all sort of ways. I was going through a difficult season of visas, and I had already made plans to leave the country, and last minute it worked out for me to stay, and a day later is when I got the email about the invitation to the US Open, and I read the email and I'm like, well, that's impossible, and I closed it, because in my mind, like, paying the amount of money that we needed to raise to make that possible was just difficult. But the voice kept singing in my head. I said, and we gave it a try, and it was just amazing how the Montgomery community came together and really did it for us. We were able to raise all the money to travel to New York, to stay in New York, to eat in New York, and even I mean, it was from the whole thing was just out of my mind, and I will never ever forget it. And if we ever get the chance, April will go with us.
I'm gonna
Yep, April will do.
But I will say, Jessica's being so humble. She did 24 straight hours of tennis lessons. She sold those and donated all of the proceeds to the trip. And my husband and I and a couple of friends, we bought a lesson, and that's what got me playing tennis again. I played like 9 years ago, taking some lessons from Jessica, and it just wasn't working with kids and all of those things. Yes. So it was the 24 hours worth of lessons, that 1 hour, that's what made me start playing tennis again.
So my thing is, the first match that we went to is at Northcross, and Jessica can tell you, I have a friend named Sean, and he was one of my best friends who did tennis, and he was on a different group, and then I have a boyfriend who lives in Georgia. His name is Matt Knowles, and his birthday is tomorrow, May 19th.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
And I just love Jessica so much because she's like in my system, because she's just the nice coach I ever had in my whole entire life. And you're just a wonderful coach in the tennis, and I hope we get to travel to North Cross soon for us to have a good doing another trip up there to North Cross.
Yeah, so North Cross is a place in Atlanta where Jim Ham is the director of the program. They have an adaptive tennis program called Special Pops, and they have helped us tremendously to start the Dream Court in Montgomery. Throughout the years, we have gone every year except the COVID year, but Shelby was actually the first athlete that went with me the first year, and she met her boyfriend there, I think. We've got some Dream Court couples and some tennis couples around. I believe we're gonna make the trip to Atlanta again this year. We have every year we have taken more athletes, but we'll see how many we are able to take this year with COVID. And
so I just love tennis, because every time I get on TV and just watch tennis matches, and so I said that's what we do. Me and my coaches, my athletes do the same exact thing that we watch on TV.
That's right.
And I just
Exactly
love it.
right. Yes.
That's right. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah, so Jessica, you brought up the COVID interruption, but it didn't stop you, and it did not stop Dream Court. You did that thing that, to use the overused word, you did the pivot. You know, you had to figure out a way. You had to get creative about how to continue this program that so many athletes obviously love and benefit from, even during a COVID time. So, you know, how did you do it?
yeah, it was a little bit challenging for me. I think the first thought about COVID was like, am I ever gonna see my parents again? It was such a weird thing. And then
are they in Argentina?
Yeah, and of course, I actually even saw them again. I even saw them. But the COVID did change a lot. It made me think how important life is, and how important our time is, and how nothing is guaranteed. And it made me realize how much Dream Court needs me. And through that season, I actually resigned from my job that used to be my full-time job, and that way I was able to focus more on Dream Court, and I was able to do the online tennis days. So we actually filmed all the episodes, and we had Zoom meetings with all the athletes, and we did everything online. And thankful again for the city that helped us. April was she gave us the color books with all the yeah. I almost forgot everything we did back then, but yeah, it was worth it. It really was.
So coloring books. So was it coloring books? What?
Yes. So Jessica was like thinking through what she was going to do in the virtual program. And so she reached out to me, and she wanted to have something to give the athletes, you know, things that they could do that would sort of expand what they were doing in the virtual Zoom meetings and videos and things like that. So yeah, I put together a little tennis coloring book for her. I wasn't able to help coach during that time. So that was, you know, just a way that I could help out. And she did a great job, as always, like she always does. It's amazing. She somehow takes like an impossible situation or something that seems so difficult and turns it into something magical for participants and volunteers. Like, it's incredible.
That's so cool. So Shelby,
so the virtual episodes actually ended up, now I remember, that we had a tennis dance, and then we had we would do 3 videos for each time we would see each other. It was a tennis dance, and then there was a sign language video and the tennis video, and then we would meet all for a whole hour. and break out in different breakout rooms on the Zoom, so that the red ballers have their attention and the orange ballers have their attention and the green ballers and the yellow. And so that way it was not 50 people on a Zoom, but we were able to go into breakout rooms and do it that way.
I mean, that is really incredible. I mean, I know just from my own experience from some years coaching on the court and then years here with USTA Alabama, kind of at the desk here, but to organize and coordinate, you know, virtual learning for multiple groups with multiple athletes and parents and volunteers. I mean, that is an easy thing to say, and that is an incredible amount of work.
It was a lot of work, but it was,
Yeah.
I think it was worth it. Shelby got to meet. Sometimes we had special guests. Shelby, do you remember about the special guests?
I don't remember.
The baseball player from the Biscuits.
Then
Well, it wasn't the most important part, apparently. We had like these celebrities coming.
She remembers the really important stuff, you know.
Like my first picture I want to show y'all is we went to Thornton to do our practicing. That's the picture whenever I went to Thornton.
That's a great picture.
That's
Shelby.
awesome.
That's at Ray Thorrington at our courts.
Yes, it was.
That's a great picture.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you.
I just love it because Jessica's very part of a good athlete coach with us. And just remember how tennis is. Tennis is like my team. And I just love tennis so much. And I just love every part of the tennis. I love how I have one who I met is Karina, my helper, who was practicing with me last time. And Karina's the very good athlete coaches. And in April too, you are the most helpful coach with me I ever had in my whole entire life.
Oh, I love
And I just love it.
Well, Jessica and April, I don't even know where to go from there. I mean,
Me neither.
Well, just the way that Shelby is on here, she's the same way on the court. She builds everybody up on the court. If someone messes up, she says, like, don't worry about that. You got this. I mean, the whole entire match for unified doubles, she was talking me up. She was talking our opponents up. I mean, she was pulling for everybody.
Jessica, so what's the wheelchair's name? Who's on the wheelchair group? Jonathan. The one that he has the hat on and he has the mustache.
That's Jonathan.
So I didn't know that he's on a wheelchair group. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like all the ones around here in this area, just because I want to know when do we start back doing practice?
We are going to have 4 summer camps. 2 are going to be in June and 2 are going to be in July.
Okay.
So you can come and play with us, and so can the people with wheelchair. We're probably going to have some people coming from Auburn and from Birmingham, maybe even. So we'll see.
I want to come.
Maybe Jenny will come too one day.
Oh,
yeah.
I definitely will. I'm fully vaccinated now, so I'm back. But so I just want to go back just for a second, because I just don't think there's anything better that I can think of than when you have that relationship with a player and a coach and you know, a doubles partner and volunteers, and you have this program and you can see and hear the positive impact that you're having on lives and the reciprocal relationship that there is there. Because I know that y'all have made my day this afternoon.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just, it is so encouraging and so refreshing. And I just want to thank you all for the work that you're doing. And Shelby, thank you for loving tennis so much and doing such a good job.
It's just my favorite because I like to get my tennis bag ready for practice and let my mama take me to practice and watch me and watch all my groups. And I just tell all my friends, all my athletes, I said, you can do this, you can do the best job as you can be. And I said, I'm always there with you if you ever needed some help, and I can hit and help.
That is so important, Shelby. That is so important. You know, and you bring up a really important part of tennis, that tennis is more than just when you're hitting the ball. You know, I mean, I can tell that you're a good athlete and that you know how to hit the ball, your forehands and your backhands. I know you know how to keep score and where to stand and all that
Like,
stuff.
my favorite part is the volley. Like when you hit.
I like volleys too. I like volleys.
He's good at it.
I like that. Volleys are good. But you know, those things that are happening through tennis, you know, outside of the hitting, it's just so evident. I mean, so I just think this is incredible. I think you guys are incredible, and just thank you for what you're doing.
I got one. I got some questions again.
Okay.
What I do is my brother Jackson. Now you just saw him earlier. He's going to get his awards tonight to go. Because yesterday I went with him to see his last practice of his baseball game, and he was on third, and he is doing awards tonight, and I'll be at home.
That's exciting. Now, I bet you got some awards. So it sounds like he goes to baseball practice and he goes to baseball games. Like you go to tennis practice and you play your tennis matches.
And this is the first award I went to.
That is
whenever
cool.
I went to Dream Court Spring 2016 award right here.
That is really cool.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Thank you.
Y'all will have to take a picture tonight together, Shelby, with all your awards. You can put all your tennis medals on. And your brother can get his awards.
Yes.
Get them ready.
Get them ready.
That is great. That is great. So
all the words now.
Now, so Jessica, unified play day, it comes off without a hitch. I mean, it seems so smooth, but you've brought in, you know, your athletes, your volunteers to play. You have them signed up. I know you have, you know, different levels, and it's a whole lot more than just a couple of people playing doubles. I mean, and you know, there is so much, you know, organizational work that goes into an event like this. So tell us a little bit about that process, because the end product is so cool and super fun. I mean, it's easy to see the end product and you go, wow, look at all these people playing doubles. This is amazing. But you do the hard stuff.
Well,
Almost done.
I do have to say that in the years where I worked all day and I prepared overnight, there was no hour to sleep before this event. But this year, with me being full-time Dream Court, I was able to prepare throughout the day, and it was ready by the time the event came. Of course, we do have to separate the athletes in the level that they need to be. And then it is my intention that the volunteer has an equal good time. So that will come back, and so they will get the experience. So like as April shared, she was in a group with all of her friends, and so I tried to have teenagers that are all together, and I tried to have older males that are all together so that they all have a good time. And yeah, but we have had very cool teams. We have had an award team and a hospitality team and a registration team, and it really worked out very smooth this year. Thank you. Thanks to the community to rally it together.
That is so cool. And to have that support from the community and that outreach is just a testament to the work that you're doing, for sure. So April, so playing, was this your first time to play the Unified Play Day?
Yes, it's my first time playing the Unified tournament. So I have 3 girls, and my 2 oldest girls, they come out and they're usually ball girls for us, and they enjoy being there. My husband was there watching us, and it just is fun. It's such a great community of athletes and parents and volunteers. And I truly enjoyed that morning. Like, I could not think of a better way to spend my morning. It was a beautiful day. The weather was great. And yeah, it's such a rewarding experience, I think, for everyone that's involved.
You know, one of the things that struck me the first year that I came, Jessica, I don't remember what year it was, a few years ago, to the Unified Play Day. And I was just so impressed with, you're doing it. Like, it's real. It's not, you're everything is just as it would be in any other match. I mean, as far as serving and returning, and you're standing on the right side, and you're calling out the score, and you're calling the lines. I mean, it is really, really impressive. And it opened my eyes to, not having limits on what people can do. When you look at, I'm going to watch some doubles, and and then I go, oh my gosh, this is really doubles. This is people really playing. And so when you see the kind of work and commitment that goes into the practices and learning, and the desire to really do it and know it, and then be able to do it, I mean, it's just overwhelmingly good to see people set goals and work towards those goals and accomplish them, to reach them. And the joy that brings, and it's such a pure thing. I just think it's one of the coolest things around. I really do. So Shelby, I see that you've got some ribbons over there. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Shelby.
my goodness. You have won some awards there.
There's the one from the Special Pops.
That's the one from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got in 3rd place.
Okay, that's
awesome.
I think this was really before I think I had met you, Jessica, but I worked in Atlanta briefly, and I was at the Lifetime there in Peachtree Corners during the Special Pops event that they had. I think this was maybe 2015, I'm not sure. But it was incredible. And so then after I had met you and started following all that you do, and then seeing that you take a thing that sounds easy, like, oh, we're going to take these athletes and we're going to go play this event in the next state, and you go, oh my gosh, okay, that involves a whole lot more than saying your match is at 8:00, we're going to warm up at 6:30, and then you have breakfast and go on court. When you're talking about travel and lodging and food and warm-ups, and is everybody safe? Is everybody okay? Is anybody getting sick? I mean, it just is mind-boggling to see the work that goes into the experiences that are offered to these athletes, and how impactful it is for the athletes that it's so obvious to see. I don't have that many ribbons, Shelby. I got to tell you.
Shelby,
Can
I
I
felt proud.
tell you how much I have?
Oh my goodness. You have so many. How do you even keep count?
I can count it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10, 11.
12.
I'm tangled up.
So Shelby, your ribbons there, your awards are so cool, but I gotta tell you what I think is cooler even than those awards. So the hard work that you did before you won those awards is really, really cool, because I bet that you went to practice and tried your best and learned and improved every time, and that's how you got each of those awards, I bet.
And you don't even know too. I was on the swim. I used to be a swim team before, and I won the backstroke relay, the freestyle, the 1500 medium relay, and the backstroke. The back, I had all the ribbons. I had the medals in there, and I have tons of those swim team medals too.
Well, I can tell that you've done a lot of hard work. Now, go ahead.
I did. And I make my Jessica proud every time I come.
All of the athletes make me proud, and the volunteers make me just. I cannot thank the volunteers enough. We could not do it without them. So.
And this is my first night. You know the night to shine prom?
Oh man,
You look so beautiful.
A lot of fun. That is a beautiful dress you got there.
Thank you.
Jessica, your model of Dream Court has grown so much. I mean, I know from the beginning, from when you started it, you had the courts, the designated courts built there, which is a huge thing in itself. And just to watch the program grow over the years, and the Unified Play Day, the Awards Day, going to the US Open, it just seems like the sky is the limit. What is it that keeps you going?
And just that I need to learn how to love people better and to offer tennis to everybody that deserves it. And there are people out there that deserve to play and deserve to have the chance to play, and I will continue working to make that happen.
Wow.
And Jessica can tell you this too. You remember the scholarship trophy from, when did I get that scholarship trophy from Atlanta?
It's actually called the sportsmanship trophy.
Sportsmanship. I got a sportsmanship trophy. Yeah. And I did so good on it, and I was so proud of getting it.
Yes, that was the first year that we went to Atlanta, and out of, I want to say 300 people out there, she got the sportsmanship award. And back then, we were driving back, and she wanted to show her trophy to her coach. And we have so many coaches at Dream Court, and I could not remember exactly which one was her coach, but she explained it, and I called him, and he was a high school student that was working in Dixie back then.
I'm not done yet, bud.
So,
come here. So I want to say hey to you.
Hey, Jackson.
Hey, Jackson.
Congratulations on your award. So we drove to Winn-Dixie, and Shelby showed the award to this high school coach that was working right there, and I personally will never forget that. Because
me neither.
That is awesome.
42%. I know. I call you. Go in there. I'll call you back in there.
Well, I feel like I could just hang out with y'all for a lot longer, but I know that everybody, our time is running short. But let me just say thank you,
Go,
Shelby.
go.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Shelby, and thank you, April, and of course Jessica, for taking the time to do this. This has been a pretty special interview, and so I just really appreciate your time. And you know, we'll have to do it again, and I'll be down in Montgomery soon, so I'll come visit.
For sure.
But it was so nice to meet you, April. Shelby, it was so nice to meet you. And Jackson. Hey, Jackson. Well, thank you so much. All right.
You're
I'll
welcome.
see y'all soon.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.